Hello, everybody. Welcome to the penultimate episode of Hunters of Calamity. We're going to have a whole lot of fun, and hopefully nobody will die. We'll find out. Before we jump into all the action, though, I'm going to give everybody a chance to introduce themselves. I'll talk a little bit about viewer actions, and then we'll jump into things. So we're going to start at our normal top left. With Patrick. Tell us a little bit about Wesley and yourself.
Hi, I'm Pat. I'm a Tactric on Twitter and places online. I play Wesley. Wesley is not sleepy. I'm a little sleepy. He's a spooky playbook. He was a kind of a mercenary that was experimented on before all of this started, and now he's more of just on a gigantic bender and has discovered he can summon monsters. And that's kind of his go-to at this point.
Awesome. Also, thank you, Gwen, for that resub. Would you like an advantage, switching to D6 or 2D6?
Look in chat.
Oh, there it is. 2D6 to the cast. Okay. Fantastic. Next, we've got last of the order. Tell us a little bit about Beth and yourself.
All right. So Beth is a former mercenary. Well, you know, still kind of an active. Not that type of stream.
That's a wild church.
this, the sleeveless order requires it. So she's a mercenary. She fills in the professional role, though I really haven't used any of her special skills. So now that we're at that apex, maybe it's time to bring a few of those in. But anyways, she's a bit more strict, a bit more stuffy than the rest of the group, but it still is fun to just hang around and see this wild ride that's going on. So I'm Last of the Order on Twitter. You can follow me on there. I rarely post, so best of luck there. But if you ever want to see what I'm doing, that's where you can check me out. So
Awesome. Next we've got Gwen. Tell us a little bit about Paige and yourself.
So Paige is the fiery one, causes lots of mischief. Supposedly, I take no responsibility for any mischief caused by Paige. But yes, Paige is the spell slinger. I chose fire because fire.
There's much burning, much fire.
Exactly, and Paige just got fireball last episode, so things are gonna get
that's right.
even better. Even better. Area
That's
fire.
good. You're gonna need it, and that's in no way an omen of anything to come.
So yeah, and you can usually catch me here. I'm going to currently reaching out to other people. So I will probably have more channels advertised with myself on it.
That's awesome. Fantastic. Last but not least, we've got Zan. Tell us a little bit about Sleeve Saya and yourself.
Hi, yeah, everybody. I'm Zan. You can catch me at the links that I'm throwing into Twitch now, InsanityTRPG on Twitter, and InsanityGaming.com. And Sleeve Saya is, I want to say that he's a complicated character. They're a complicated character, but they're not. They're programmed for simplicity, optimism, the occasional fun fact, and mostly how to be slightly inadvertently annoying while still ripping everything around them in close combat to shreds, as they are programmed to be the one who will set the world free from the oppressive regime of sleeves that has guarded the hearts and minds of the world of Calamity for so long. Also, there is mad construction near my apartment, so apologies in advance for that.
No worries. Yeah, Sleep Saya is fantastic. And completely just lost my train of thought. I apologize. It's been one of those days. Viewer actions, that's where I was going with that. So there's a number of ways that you can actually interact with the game and affect the story as we're going along, and those are viewer actions. One of the easiest ones to do is the tweet of the game, which you'll find there in chat. So for every 5 interactions on that, that's likes, retweets, and comments, a D4 goes to the cast and to the DM. With this being Monster of the Week, that's especially powerful. This game operates on a 2d6 system for the most part, so getting an extra d4 is a big boost. We've already had more than 5, so we've already got an extra d4 on the board today. So if you want to...
We're currently at 8.
Yeah, so if you want to interact with that, we're only 2 away from another d4. You can also contribute via donations, either subscriptions, bits, you can do direct donations, and also through Patreon, which you will see in chat. So our Bard tier and higher get credits towards viewer actions every month. You can do all that through coffee.com/raven or raven.rocks. You can see all the different viewer actions available down below. Most of those are pretty self-explanatory, but some of them that may not be. The switch allows a player to tell another player or the DM to change the action word that was just taking place. So for example, if Wesley was getting ready to, I don't know, chop somebody in half with this flaming chainsaw, Somebody could throw out a switch and he has to do something other than chop them in half. Patrick would still get to choose what that action is, but it cannot be a direct synonym to chopping them in half.
So quartering them instead of halving them.
I might argue that's a little too close, but yeah, that's the general idea. The switches are fun. They usually cause things to go a little more chaotic than they already are. Borrowed success means that a player will automatically succeed at whatever they're trying to do. However, on every success after that, we roll a d20. If it comes up 15, then that was the success that they borrowed. So you get to succeed immediately, but it may cost you a success later down the line. It's a little bit of a gamble. Complication, you get to throw in 1 to 3 sentences into chat of what you would like to add to the scene. The DM does have final say on what gets in there. They might edit it a little bit to make it fit. But for the most part, we try to stay exactly to what is written. So you can actually kind of be the DM for a few seconds. It's pretty fun. Finally, swap 2 players for 5 minutes. That is means we swap roles. And that includes the DM. So you could have Last DMing for 5 minutes and me playing Beth, or you could have Zan playing Paige and Gwen playing Sleeve Saya for 5 minutes. It's pretty fun. And then lastly, there are guild coins. Those are the little rainbow colored icon right below your Twitch chat box. That will show you all the different things that you can do with those. But you get those guild coins just for watching and interacting with the stream. Also, if you are a subscriber, you get those at double the rate, so you get them twice as fast. So very cool stuff. I think that is everything out of the way as far as all that goes. A quick request too for anybody watching. I haven't been able to test this because there's no way for me to test it offline. We've been having some issues with microphone and video sync up for me specifically on my webcam and my microphone. So if you do notice that being out of sync, if you could let me know in chat, that would be super appreciated. For whatever reason, it's not doing it on the recorded videos. So I have no way to test it unless we're live. It's really bizarre, but I appreciate that. So to jump into all the action, when we left off on the last episode, you had made your way into the depths of this vault. You had to deal with oh shoot, what was it called? The mighty golden turducken, I think is what we called it. Yeah, the mechanical monster with a turkey, duck, and chicken head. You dealt with all that. You made your way into this giant room, which has essentially 2 floors. The top one being a catwalk sort of around the perimeter of it. The bottom one basically just being this open room with a hard dirt and stone floor. A few columns here and there, little plaques and things, sort of scattered around in an alien language that you couldn't quite read. And then a giant stone door on one wall, again with some of that same text on it. And I believe it was it Sleeve Saya or Wesley that stepped foot in there first? Or Wheel, as it were.
I think I fell down the stair. I like rocketed down the stairs.
Yes, you rocketed.
Oh yeah, didn't Beth push him?
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
I followed right after.
Probably. Yeah, I remember now. I think you rocketed into the door. And yeah, as soon as you hit the floor, and it sounds like everybody else is rushing down along with you, those different etchings on the pillars and the plaques and the words on the door all started to glow that sort of bizarre purple color that you've all come to be familiar with. You also hear this faint sound of something roaring, and the whole room is starting to shake a little bit. What would you all like to do in this moment?
Fire!
Okay, Paige, you want to throw fire. What are you throwing fire at?
I don't know. That's a good point.
Throw fire at the darkness.
I cast magic fire at the darkness. Perfect. Okay. Everybody else, what are you doing?
That's going to be finding the best outpost to be able to set up a sniper position and take her sniper that says "I love Sleeve Saya" on it. Yeah, and just get ready with that.
Okay, very cool. Sleep Saya and Wesley, what are both of you doing?
Sleeve Saya is going to look over at Beth's gun and go, "Oh wow, that's a great gun!"
Hold up! No, it's not.
And we'll then start doing donuts.
Actually, no, instead of
I love it.
fire, I would like to enchant Beth's gun.
Okay, you can certainly do that. Go ahead and roll weird.
Ooh, okay. That's an 8 plus 3 is 11.
Okay, go ahead and tell us what you do to enchant this weapon. It's gonna add 1 harm magic, but flavor it for us. How exactly does this work?
So Paige just puts their hand over the part that says "I love Slave Saya," and it just glows pink and then disappears, and then the whole entire gun glows.
So
Wait,
sad.
I love Sleep Saya disappears.
Yes.
Yes. Allah. Best enchantment ever.
Until the end
Poor
of the
Sleep
enchantment.
Saya.
Until the end of the enchantment.
Okay.
Which would be,
So yeah,
which
that's
would be until the end of the encounter. The next encounter.
okay. So yeah, you've temporarily got 1 extra damage, essentially, to your sniper rifle. It no longer says "I heart Sleep Saya,"
And it's
and that's in addition to the other enchantment on the gun, which allows you to, if I remember right, re-roll 1 attack per encounter. So it does more damage, but maybe not for you, but for others in the room, it somehow seems a little less cool. At least for Sleep Saya. Wesley, what are you doing?
I mean, I think I was running down the stairs to Sleep Saya. You know what? Would now be a good time for a premonition? I feel like it's been a while since I had one.
Yeah, I think this would be a good time for it. It would be an appropriate time to give that a try.
Ooh, only a 7. So that is
Okay.
clouded images of something bad that is yet to happen.
You get these sudden, quick flashes of different things, and you see Sleep Saya getting eaten by a dragon. You see Paige on fire, not in the good way, and you get a very brief flash of a bunch of people with guns.
Sounds like an average Tuesday.
I mean, you're not wrong. But yeah, those are the things that could potentially go wrong today, is what you see.
All right. I think I'm just paused in the middle of the stairs, having this revelation and waiting for whatever's to come.
Okay. Do you project that information to your friends?
Huh. Do I think would pictures come through? Do you think of their own like fiery or chewy deaths?
I don't see why not. If you'd like to do it that way.
Yeah, I don't know that I would know I was doing that. I feel like that might just happen since that's a new thing.
Okay. So we're gonna go one by one. So to Sleep Saya, do you want Brownie or Ted to relay the information?
Oh, I want Brownie.
Does
Sorry,
that work
what
for you,
just happened?
Wesley? It hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
So Wesley, is that cool with you? Brownie relays the message for Sleeve Saya. Okay, so
actually,
Sleeves.
can I suggest Meatball, since our fate will be shared?
I don't know. Has Meatball made an appearance yet?
No, it's just Brownie and Ted
Okay, no worries.
That are on your shoulders. All right, in that case, Brownie just shows up in your consciousness, Sleeve Saya, and you just hear him going, "Oh, you're gonna get eaten. Yep, you're gonna be dragon food."
What?
And,
No, that's highly inadvisable. I have
get a brief-
3,000% the daily recommended allowance of zinc.
You get a brief glimpse though of this dragon just like knopping down.
Oh no.
But we'll have to play musical cameras real quick. Have everybody turn your cameras off.
Sorry, I don't know why I did that.
Oh, it's okay. All right, so Gwen, Patrick next, I think. Yep, last. And Zan. There we go. And then Patrick, who would you like to relay the information to? Paige.
Oh, let's give Ted a moment to talk to
Okay.
someone besides me for once.
So Paige, you get this mental image of Ted, sort of leaning on your shoulder, going, "Yeah, so Wesley says you're gonna catch fire, and like not your normal like setting fire, like you actually on fire. So you know, maybe stay away from open flames and gasoline or something. I don't know.
That does not.
You all
sound
killed me,
like-
so I don't really care what happens to you."
I didn't kill you.
Who are you talking to?
Ted.
Wait, what?
And then for Beth, Brownie or Ted.
Let's do both. Let's do a team. Let's do a team.
Okay. So Beth, you suddenly see the same things that Wesley's been seeing. You see a little sentient brownie glob, and Ted, the bandit that Wesley killed.
What the hell?
And they're both like, "Yeah, so some bad things are gonna happen. There's gonna be a dragon." And then Brownie chimes in and goes, "Yeah, and maybe some guys with guns, and Paige is gonna catch on fire, maybe. So be careful."
I think the biggest concern is any hallucinogens we might be breathing in at this moment.
Oh no, that's all Wesley.
I think it's magic and not a hallucination. Wait,
That's
is
gonna
there a
start yelling
difference-
at Wesley.
Is
Like,
there a difference between
the
magic
hell?
and hallucinations?
Man, it's all hallucinations when you really get down to it.
So you've all been informed of what Wesley has foreseen. It doesn't look good. Right around that time, roaring gets a whole lot louder, and you can hear it approaching that giant door from behind that wall. Is there anything else you want to do to prepare? Like run, hide, find cover, set up, weapons, anything like that?
Yeah, I'm going to pull out my Morning Star, gear up my thrusters, download my new fighting style, and look to last and go, "I really like the old design of your gun much better than the current one. I'm dead inside now. I wish I could feel all of the sadness that is radiating through my circuitry. Oh well." And he's just going to sit there revving up his thrusters with his giant Morning Star, getting ready to give a good whack to the thing in that whatever comes through the door.
I
Okay.
think it's pretty.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything special?
I just want to get clarification on where she's getting her sniper perch. Is there any cover where she can snipe from?
if you're on the bottom floor, you could sort of lean out from behind a pillar, or if you're on the top floor, you'd be on a catwalk, so you kind of have cover from the floor that you're on,
Okay.
so you could potentially like lay down and
Okay, because I
aim
think
down.
she just kicked Sleeve Saya down there and was still up there at that time. So yeah, let's do catwalk.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, in that case,
I would like to activate their fire shield thing.
okay.
I was gonna ask.
Wise move.
There was a gun and a shield that we got last episode. Did you get the gun or did I get the gun, Paige?
I got the shield. You got
Okay.
the gun.
Okay, then I do have
What
something.
was the shield again? Because I didn't write it down.
It was essentially like a cancels out one fire attack, if I remember right. And the gun, I don't remember what the gun did, but it was cool.
I think it was a handgun that just like yelled something for you while you shot. Like,
Oh,
give it a
yeah, you can record what message you want it to deliver to the person you're shooting. So the bullets scream it as they go towards the person.
Even better than writing the name on the bullet.
Yeah.
Just have the bullet scream the name.
Yeah, so you can choose what it says as you shoot. All right, well in that case, you're all prepped and ready to go, and there is a dragon head that just phases through that door. And you all see this. It looks around for a second before just launching itself through the door, and it just sort of swoops up into the air and then pounds down onto the ground. Yes, San.
As I rush in to smash it.
Okay. 1 sec. So the first thing it's going to do is just land like that, which shakes the whole floor, and it does roar. So it rears back and roars. Does the whole boss battle intro where it has a little cutscene of its own to look intimidating. It's basically what this dragon does. And then so Patrick and Zan, can you cut your cameras again?
My camera cut out again. I'm sorry. I can restart my computer now, or I could try and
Okay,
do a
Zan.
break. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's doing.
Oh, no worries. Oh, yeah, we can do it at break. It's no worries. You're good now, Zan. Sorry. Last and Wesley are out of order now. Okay. Last, try it now. And Zan. Cool, there we go. So yeah, it does its whole, hi, I'm an intimidating dragon, and it roars. Yeah, we're gonna start with Sleeve Saya and then just go around in a circle. So it'll be Sleeve Saya, Paige, Beth, Wesley, Dragon, in that order. The dragon basically just took its turn to look really intimidating. It's really big. So Sleeve Saya, take it away.
Unfortunately for you, I'm not programmed for fear. Yeah, I'm gonna whack it. I'm gonna whack it, not a little bit, but a lot of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll kick some arse. Hopefully.
Okay, with a 7.
Oh,
So it's a
no.
mixed success. Yeah, you're swinging your Morning Star, right?
Yes.
Good news is you hit it. Bad news is your Morning Star sticks into its leg. And it is currently firmly stuck there. It doesn't seem to notice. So it's pretty much still ignoring you and focusing on the rest of the room. But you're going to have to yank that Morning Star out of there on your next turn.
Sure.
Would you like to talk to the party or anything else like that?
I will shout, "Beware! It has very thick skin!" Ha ha! that means insults will not work. It's stupid, scaly butt face. Ah!
I love it. All right. Paige, you just witnessed this. The dragon doing its thing, Sleeve Saya slamming a morning star into its leg and it just not seeming to notice.
I'm gonna. Yeah, this does not seem good. Firewall around the dragon.
Okay. Go ahead and roll weird. Let's find out what happens.
Yes, 13.
So a 13, awesome. Yeah, go ahead and describe what happens with this firewall.
So, yeah, Paige sees Slusa just hit it with a morning star and it does nothing. And they're like, yeah, I think the best thing we can do is keep it back. So a wall of fire just circles around the dragon and just and like probably cuts into its neck, probably.
Okay. The dragon seems unfazed. No pun intended with it being having the ability to phase. But it doesn't seem to be bothered by this firewall. It's not catching fire. It's just sort of standing there. Though, Sleeve Saya, I'm afraid that you're probably inside the firewall. But it's not burning you or anything like that at the moment, so. Anything else?
Backing up. Like, hiding.
Okay. Okay, so Beth, it is your turn now.
All right, she's gonna try to snipe it in whatever this thing calls an eye.
Okay. It does have two great big, glowing reptile eyes.
Beautiful.
Glowing purple.
Let's blow those. Plus, it's tough, right? So plus 2. And plus the harm for enchantment. It'll be an additional harm, right? With the enchantment?
Yes.
Okay, so plus 2, and then, so 11. Plus, yeah. Sorry, I'm tired today.
The harm
No
is
worries.
4, usually?
Yeah,
so
4 harm, so it'd be up to 5 harm.
To 5. So it, you hit it dead in the eye. Unfortunately, the bullet ricochets off its eyeball.
What?
And, it looks at you very crossly.
Shoot! Give me the evil eye.
You do get the impression, specifically Beth and Sleep Saya, Paige also, that your conventional means of damaging this dragon may not work. There may be some puzzle piece that you're missing to damage this thing. Wesley, what would you like to do?
Could I, with my magic-y eyes, can I use my sight to investigate a mystery for this room?
Yes.
Because I feel like
You absolutely can.
There were lots of glowy things last time we ran into this guy.
There were.
Is that sharp?
Sharp, yeah.
An 8.
So an 8. So that'll allow you to ask one question. I'm drawing a blank on what all the questions are, but just generic questions about the what's its motivation, what's hidden, things like that. What would you like to know about the room
Questions
or
are
the
in
dragon.
chat.
Oh, I see the questions.
Holy cow, Gwen, you were super fast with that. Yeah, what happened here? We kind of already know that. What kind of creature is it? I can give you some information about that. What can it do? I can also give you that information. What can hurt it? That is pretty much what you're trying to figure out now. Where did it go? It's right in front of you. What was it going to do?
I feel like looking for something that can hurt it is probably what I'm doing.
Okay, that makes total sense. So as you're studying this dragon, you do remember that Sleeve Saya got covered in dragon vomit, or some kind of weird sludgy dragon breath, and that allowed Sleeve Saya to pass through the wall, as did all of you, by utilizing that. So you get the sense that what can hurt it is its own sludgy stuff.
We need more of its vomit. We need the vomit again.
Oh no.
That sounds slightly gross, but okay.
Speaking of dragon vomit, it's the dragon's turn. So let's see here. Who has its attention the most right now? Beth does. All right, so Beth, it looks at you. You just hit it in its eye.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
It rears its head back and gets ready to attack you. You know it's about to shoot something at you. What do you want to do to try to avoid that?
We are going to run like hell.
Okay. Let's do a tough roll then.
Okay.
Is that a plus anything?
+2 for tough.
That's a 7. I'm gonna be a little bit mean. I'm gonna roll against you on that one. And take it down to a 4.
Okay.
So that uses one of my 8 d4s. All right. So instead of being able to run away, you do get up and you're getting ready to run, but it's just not fast enough. And you get blasted in the back with basically the equivalent of a giant dragon purple sludgy spitwad. It hits with some significant amount of force, so you will take 2 harm.
I have 2 armor. Will that?
Okay, that'll negate it.
Okay.
But it does knock you on your face, and your coat is now coated, if you'll pardon the pun, in dragon vomit.
Yay! Delightful.
Sleeve Saya, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, so can I make my big entrance?
Yeah, how would you like to do that?
I'll yank the Morning Star back, brandishing it what I'm programmed to believe is intimidatingly, and go, "Look here, you vile villain! I am Sleeve Saya, destined to rid your arms of the scales of badness. Prepare to die!"
Okay.
Yeah. It's not. He has -1 cool, so it's never going to be very cool. Yep. So I am marked the biggest threat by all enemies present.
Okay. What happens if you succeed at it?
If I succeed at it, everyone stops to watch and listen until I finish my opening speech.
Okay. So, yeah, the dragon kind of just barely notices you and treats it like you would if you had like a bug on your shoe or something. Sort of flicks his foot, and it's gonna throw you out of the flame wall. Paige, that does 2 harm if you go through it. Am I remembering that right with the flame wall? Gwen?
3, not 2.
3. Goodness. Okay. Good news. It flicks the Morningstar free as well, so you and your Morningstar fly through the flame wall. But yeah, that's 3 harm, unless you have any armor.
Yeah, I've got armor, so I think it's just
Okay,
2
good.
harm.
Okay.
Noticing some sparks starting to happen. Is that the entirety of my turn, or can I do one other thing?
What is the other thing you want to do?
Now bear with me, because this is going to sound crazy. I want to give it a taste of the old Sleep Saya. Fly down and fulfill Wesley's prophecy and fly down its stomach. Or fly down its throat.
Okay. That might be a little bit too much to do on one turn, but I'll tell you what, you can be ready. So you can be like behind a pillar, like prepping your jet or something like that, so that you are less likely to get hit
Okay.
before your next turn.
Cool. So I guess while I'm doing that, he's going to pull up like one shaded monocle. It would be sunglasses, but no, only one eye, and look at it and go, I think I'm more than this naked stomach.
I love it. Okay. Perfect. Paige, your turn. What do you want to do with this giant dragon that just hawked a spitball at Beth and flicked Sleeve Saya through your flame wall?
I'm going to you know what I want to protect someone, but they're very far away.
Sleeve Saya is relatively close to you.
Yeah, but Sleep Saya is going to jump in the dragon. And I don't want all damage magically directed at me. That would be a novel idea, though. The dragon jumps in Sleep Saya and I'm over there hurting. But no. And again, I also get +2 armor if I do that.
It's up to you. Dragon's looking antsy.
I'm just going to make a wall with no fire around me. Magic wall.
Okay. Go ahead and roll weird for that. Just trying to make like a force field type deal,
yeah,
or?
Yeah, it's 1 harm if they go through it. Magic barrier. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it's 1 armor as well. So the wall is always 1 armor, by the way.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's a 8 + 3 is 11.
Okay. Yeah, you succeed at that. You've got that wall around you. It's good to go. Beth, that's gonna be your turn then.
All right, so figuring that these things don't work, she's actually going to grab the crossbow she had grabbed earlier, and she's going to aim that dipped in the loogie see if that does anything and try to fire that crossbow. Now, I don't know the specs for a crossbow. That's not on a character sheet, but
You're good. You're in range, and I'd say I think it was 2 harm for the crossbow.
So the tips are dipped in dragon awesomeness.
Oh, it's 1 harm or 1 armor. I have to choose. So I chose 1 armor.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good to know.
And yeah, that was the dumbest thing she had ever done. 6. Crossbows are hard, okay?
So you go to shoot this thing, and there's something wrong with the little latch that's supposed to go down to release the string, so that it actually launches it. So you pull the trigger and just nothing happens. The trigger's broken. You could probably fix it easily enough.
Here I was
if you wanna try.
terrified she'd just end up slipping in dragon vomit, so that's not as bad. I shouldn't be giving you ideas. I really shouldn't. But
The meaner thing was going to be like miraculously it backfires and somehow the arrow hits you instead of the dragon.
awesome. Okay. All right.
Would you like to try to fix it?
Sure.
It'd be a sharp roll.
No. No. She's gonna whack herself in the face with that string.
Yeah, I was to say in that case, I'm gonna say like you're trying to fix it, and somehow it goes off, and you manage to shoot yourself with the crossbow.
How much harm do I take?
See,
Does armor cover that again, or?
yeah, if you've got armor, 2 armor, then it should stop it.
Yeah, technically I have 1 armor plus battlefield awareness, which is a bonus stat, and here I am being super nerdy. I'm just gonna shut up now before I ramble too long. Yeah, so I should be good.
Well, if you have 1 armor and battlefield awareness, this is very clearly you not being aware of what's hitting you.
It says
So
I'm
I'd say take
always
1.
aware, Raven. Always of what's going on around me. Always.
I'm still gonna make you take 1 harm.
Fair enough.
It's 2 fails in a row. Okay, then we're gonna move on to Wesley.
Good job, Beth. You're on the right track with the vomit. Oh, I'm gonna pull out my new screamy gun, and I'm gonna whisper into the bullet, "What makes you nauseous?" and shoot that at the dragon.
Okay, go ahead and roll kick some ass.
Would this wouldn't be big whammy. This would just be tough, right? I think.
Yeah.
So that's an 8.
Okay. So mixed success. So the bullet just flies and everybody can hear, "What makes you nauseous?"
It's as it screams that, I would like to use my new telepathy to see if I could hear what the dragon thinks of when it hears that question.
Okay. The bullet, with mixed success, I'm going to give you what you were going for, which it hears that. The bullet just whizzes past his head, though. You miss. But yeah, you listen in, and as it flies by, you get a vague sense of like overwhelming optimism and cheerfulness is what makes it nauseous. However, you've got its attention, Wesley. And since you are on the ground level, it is going to swing its tail at you. What would you like to do as this giant tree trunk of a tail is swinging towards you?
I know there were a bunch of rocks and glowy shit on the floor. I'd like to try and time it so that I can like either phase through one and get to cover, or dive through something and get to cover. I guess
okay.
like a rolling out of the way type thing.
Gotcha. If we're doing that, let's do act under pressure for that one. Oh, it should be cool.
10.
Nice. So a 10, yeah, you are able to duck out of the way just in time. You can feel a whoosh over your head as you duck behind a pillar just in time to not get hit by it. So you're good. That means it's gonna be Sleeve Saya's turn.
Ah! So I, having prepared, having prepared myself the last turn, I'm going to take the monocle that I just put on. I'm going to take it off, slowly tilt myself to look at the dragon and go, "It's time to take you out to lunch!" And rocket forward into its open mouth.
Okay. Let's do let's do kick some ass with this one. So it's gonna be plus tough.
Okay, would this count as dutiful?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Cool. So
You're literally launching yourself into the belly of the beast, so yes.
no, I just gotta check these things. And this will get a +1 too. So that's an 11. It's a 10.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, you launch yourself at it, and you're obnoxious enough towards it that it notices you, and yeah, just opens its mouth. So you fly right down its throat and into the belly. You are now covered in dragon goo. Is there anything you'd like to say or do while you're in there?
Right before I zoomed in, I wanted to dispatch the acolyte, just a little poom, to make sure that my teammates are not without my guiding presence.
Okay, that's fine.
And yeah, and once I'm inside, I'm going to say, "Ha ha! It's oddly comforting. I feel like this is what human children must feel like. This is nice. Time to kill it!"
I love it. All right.
Huzzah!
So Paige, you just watched Sleep Saya get swallowed by this dragon, and you hear some muffled "ha ha" coming from inside this dragon's belly. An acolyte is flying around. What do you do?
I just yay, Sleep Saya! Yay! But I can't think of really anything to do besides move closer to Wesley. Yes. Try and move closer to
Okay.
Wesley.
You can absolutely do that. Just gonna kind of hunker down behind the pillar with where Wesley's at. Okay.
Is there not a bubble of flame around you that is now coming in?
No, it's wall. It's a
Oh, it's a wall. But like a wall of flame is coming in.
No, it's not. There's no fire. It's just wall.
Oh, okay.
Is it
One armor barrier close.
All right. I just assumed everything was on fire.
One armor magic barrier close.
is that is that not stationary?
It doesn't say it's stationary or not. It just says.
I'll tell you what. I'll compromise with you. Roll weird to make sure that you can move it.
Yeah. Let's see. That's 9.
Okay.
So
Mixed success. Yeah, you're just able to. It's kind of like the magical equivalent of picking up a shield and dragging it along the ground and then sticking it back up. So we'll say that you had time to get it over to where Wesley is, put up the wall, but you didn't have time to duck down. So you're still standing for the moment.
Okay.
My drunken experiences with walls, they are very much not movable, and when they are landlords, get highly irate. That's funny, Zan.
This is from the Sleeveless Gospel. It's Shenanigans book, the Book of Shenanigans, chapter 3, verse 8.
Good to know. Beth, what would you like to do now?
All right, so she's gonna cast that crossbow to the side because clearly that was not her best weapon, and she's instead going to smear some of the vomit into the front of her I hope this works. The sniper barrel, so that if a bullet goes through, it has to go with like a ton of vomit on it, and that rhymed, and I'm sorry. So yeah, she's gonna fire, go for it again, and pray it works, because she's out of ideas. Yeah, she doesn't have very many. Wait.
It's
+2 for tough.
Okay, so that is a mixed success. You do have the reroll as well on that particular gun if you want to use it, but a mixed success will hit.
Yeah, let's save it for a time where you actually biff it. You know, like
D4,
let's say the crossbow incident, except the crossbow didn't have this ability, so we're gonna deal with
have
this.
A D4 or D6.
Let's save that when things get critical.
Okay. It's gonna hit. Just making a note here.
Does the sleeve Saya saying come back or something?
What now?
Oh, with a mixed success, something bad happens, and the worst thing I can think of is the sleeve Saya saying come back.
Oh. No. You do hit it. Where were you aiming for, by the way?
The eye.
Okay. You do hit it in the eye, and it definitely causes damage. Like that eye is, they just keep it closed right now, and you can see some glowy purple blood just like oozing out of the side of their face. Yeah. So you definitely managed to hurt them. The mixed success is that you are still on the ground, and now you've very much got the dragon's attention.
Yeah, this sucks.
So you're still prone, and the dragon is gunning for you.
Yay!
Wesley, before the dragon gets to go, you get to go. So what would you like to do?
I'm going to think very loudly. Oh man, if Sleep Saya wants to stay in there, they better grab something. And I'd like to, knowing the dragon's nauseous weakness now, I would like to try and summon a monster.
Okay. What would you like to summon?
If it's cheery, it's optimism and all that. I'd like to maybe a giant gummy unicorn that like barfs sunshine and rainbows.
Okay. Go ahead and roll weird. The Toxic Avenger. Michael, that's funny.
Ooh.
That's a fail.
We have a D6 and a D4.
Right, but I mean, this needed to happen with something I summoned, right? Should we just let this happen?
It's the first time Wesley's had consequences for magic. Also, Sleep Saya, you notice a little brownie glob in there with you that just looks at you and goes, "You better hold on!" Yeah, with the failure, what you summon looks exactly like what you wanted to summon at first. It looks super cute and sparkly and rainbows and just, super warm fuzzies. But then it opens its mouth. And as soon as it does, this sort of like illusion shimmers away, and it looks like a hell stallion. It's like this horse that doesn't have skin, and the head is just like this skull with fangs, and it's breathing fire. It is the very opposite of positive and chipper, and it looks like it wants to literally eat your face off.
Well, that's new.
Huh. Yeah.
Did somebody else
and we're
make
gonna
this
put-
one? Paige, this looks like a you project. There's a lot of fire. Was this you? My unicorn must be coming. I should wait.
All right, and I'm gonna have it go at the same time that the dragon does. So it's its turn. So it just, laser focus on you, Wesley. If it had eyeballs, they'd just be, boring through your soul with how intently these empty eye sockets on the skull are staring at you.
Just remember the one gives you +1 armor.
And it does the whole, one hoof like scratching at the dirt for a second, and then just starts charging at you. This thing is bearing down on you pretty fast. You do have the magic barrier that gives you 1 extra armor, so you could try to stay there and take it, or you can try to get away or do something else. What do you want to do?
I mean, fire really is not my ballpark. I should leave this to the professional, and I will just kind of try and dodge out of the way.
Okay, let's do act under pressure. So cool to dodge out of the way.
By the way, protect someone is not on your turn, it's on their turn. So I can protect someone.
Okay.
That gives me +2 armor if I dodge into the way, and this does not stack with any other armor. So
Okay.
if I protect someone, it gives me 2 armor. So I'm gonna try.
Okay, do you want to try to do that instead of, or before Wesley can dodge out of the way?
Yeah, before Wesley can dodge out of the way.
Okay.
So protect someone is +sharp, I think, isn't it? Let's see.
I'm not sure.
Protect someone. Protect someone.
I think it's-
I really need
Oh!
to find like a
Oh,
GN
no, it's
screen to
plus
print out for this
tough.
system.
It's +tough. So that's an 8. On a 7 to 9. On a 7 plus, you protect them okay, but you'll suffer all of the harm they were going to get. So that's exactly what I wanted, actually.
Okay. So here's what happens. You're trying to leap in front of Wesley, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you do, Wesley, you're looking to duck out of the way, but Paige leaps in front of you at the last second. And so this horse, I mentioned the giant fangs sticking out of the skull, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those just like sink into your shoulder, Paige. It's like a dog with a bone. It is just nomming on your shoulder as hard as it can and shaking its head. So you're gonna take, it's gonna be 4 harm, but you do get the 2 armor from protecting, right? Or
from shield
no, 'cause-
spell. It's called shield spell. When you protect someone,
Okay.
you get 2 armor.
Okay, so you get that. So it's still gonna do 2 harm, and it's still clamped onto your shoulder, but you prevent Wesley from getting hit.
Yeah, what? Why would you bring this here, Paige? Why did you summon this? It does not look friendly.
What? I didn't. I just saved you.
You both just hear this. It's sort of a as it's still shaking its head, nomming on Paige's shoulder. With that, it's going to be the dragon's turn. The dragon's gunning for Beth. So the dragon moves closer to you, Beth. There's just this stomp and shaking
Yeah.
as it goes across the floor. And it's gonna spit at you again.
Great.
What would you like to do?
Try to dodge.
Okay.
So.
Did you have something, Sam?
Yes, as I feel its throat muscles constricting and relaxing, and I imagine I can see a little bit of this pool starting to form in its stomach, or however dragon anatomy is. I guess Sleep Saya is going to have some really fun facts about dragon anatomy when all is said and done.
No. No.
I want to protect someone.
Okay.
You're
gonna try to protect Beth?
Yeah. I want to just
No.
start flailing and swinging the morning. I guess kind of holding the morning star and just poking with it, since I can't really swing it.
Oh, holy cow. Thank you so much, Michael, for that $10 tip. 1 sec, we got a complication. Anyone I love that, bites can be infected by the Hellcorn curse and might become a werecorn. I love it.
Yes,
Oh, that's
yes,
amazing.
Yes, please. I want to be a werecorn.
Oh, that's great.
I wanna be
Oh,
a
that
werecorn.
reminds me.
Yes, please.
That reminds me, I forgot there was another bullet shot. So, quick rewind. I forgot to add a little thing. Beth, when you shot the thing in the eye, there was smoke that just poofed from up above it.
Okay.
And it spells out letters, and through the scope you can see it reads, "Pound Mama Proud." I forgot to mention that earlier.
I can't escape Pound
okay.
Mama. Okay.
So we're gonna go back to we'll come back to the Hellcorn curse on Paige's turn. We'll find out what happens there. But sorry, in the chaos, I forgot what you were saying, Sleesai. What were you doing?
He's going to hold the spiky part of the morning star and just kind of just shake it back and forth in the esophageal region of the dragon, and try to cause it enough pain so that it doesn't do the breath.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll. I think it was tough for that one.
Yeah, and I take a +1 be to protect someone because I have ancient fighting arts.
Oh yeah.
So that's a 9. Do we have objections if I use a D4?
No.
Nope, no objections. All right.
Quick reminder to everybody as well. So using that D4, the cast now has 1d4, 6d6, 1 switch, and 2 advantages. I currently have 8d4, 3d6, and 2 switches. And we've got some plot points redeemed here. Some flooring or wall falls out, and some more friends join the party, which Patrick and I were just talking about in the cast chat privately. So, first though, Sleep Saya, yes. What happens? This thing is getting ready to vomit at Beth, and with your flailing and everything else, you upset its stomach in such a way that you basically get stuck on the I forget the word for it. The
uvula.
The stomach sphincter. So before it goes up into the esophagus, you block that. You kind of get stuck there for a second. And so all the vomit just sort of squishes up at you, but it doesn't hurt you. You just get covered in more of it.
Can Acolyte shout out, "Help! Help! I'm drowning in stomach goo!" The acidity level is 9.2 on the pH scale. Fun fact!
Absolutely. So Beth, you're getting ready to try to dodge, and you hear this, and the dragon looks like it's just choked on a burp or something.
Well, we broke her again.
That's surprisingly easy to do. You guys are freaking hilarious.
Nah,
Okay,
mine is basic.
Beth's mostly like gonna be primed to move, but just so confused. Like, what is going on?
Right about that time, speaking of being really confused,
She's ready for everything.
a section of the wall, so on the second floor, section of the wall that's closest to the big door down below, it just it breaks, and through that wall is flung the mighty golden turducken, wrestling two dire gators who are also drunk on fruit punch, vodka, jello. And they just crash down into the bottom floor, flailing around. They're currently right around where the dragon was standing before it went after you, Beth. Drunk on jello swamps, yeah. So that happens. And next is Sleep Saya's turn. It's a hellcorn that has infected people with werecorn curse. Yes.
Well, we're going to, Sleep Saya is going to release his fearsome battle cry both within and on the outside using Acolyte. And is going to drop down and like much like the very confusing scene from Ace Ventura when he exits the rhino in all of his naked glory. Sleep Saya will drop down into the more spacious stomach cavity of the dragon and start wailing, just
Okay. Go ahead and roll tough.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You gave me a vision of me being eaten, and of course it's the best plan. How did I not think about this?
Yeah. I'll set another 4 plot points redeemed. Wesley, you've got your own magic barrier temporarily. Nice. Go ahead and describe how you're wailing on the inside of this thing's stomach with, I assume, your morning star.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it's like axle deep or so in that weird stomachy goo that it keeps vomiting on everyone, and so
yeah,
it's just going to start swing to the left, swing to the right, swing to the left, and it's actually going to start singing a song that goes something like, "You take a swing to the left and a strike to the right. You spin around, fight dragons all night." Avoiding any kind of copyrights. Is Acolyte echoing this, by the way? Yeah. And Acolyte's doing some really cool like auto tuning, so it doesn't sound like my garbage voice.
Okay, so you're all hearing this.
Oh yeah. And I am inflicting what some would call a traumatic level of harm. I'm inflicting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 harm.
Holy crap!
Holy!
Yeah. Yeah. Sleep Saya do the combat real good.
Okay. So that's...
I think I put his stomach in knots!
Okay. Yeah, you definitely do that. You inflict a ridiculous amount of damage. So much so that his stomach is rather upset, understandably, and it vomits you out. It expels lots of contents from its stomach. It's not gonna do any damage or anything like that, but it's definitely like, I gotta get whatever this is in my stomach out of me, and just violently upchucks everything, and deposits you on the floor. Yeah, this dragon looks unhealthy. Is there anything else that you'd like to do? All right, Paige. You just saw, like, it looks like something out of Alien. You know, you see the dragon stomach, like, poking out in weird different ways as Sleep Sai is going to town whacking this Morning Star around, and you hear the song. And then Sleep Sai gets spit up, along with a giant pool of dragon goop that now everybody has access to.
Can I say something real
Wink,
quick?
wink, nudge, nudge.
In light of Sleep Sai's heroic moment, Beth's gonna have a small change of heart. Not permanently, but she's gonna shout out, "Guess he couldn't stomach your singing!" You're welcome.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Well, Paige, you've witnessed all this, and as I mentioned, there is now a giant pool of dragon goop that is accessible to everyone to use for anything they might want to use it on. What would you like to do?
Can I fireball the dragon goop?
Sure.
Patrick,
your face right now.
I mean, a giant pool of fire sounds good right now, right?
Sure. What could possibly go wrong?
So that's fire.
Isn't Sleep Saya still in the goop?
Yep.
Paige!
I didn't think of that. We're just going to say I didn't think of that.
Okay. Would you like to do something different then?
Yes. I want to summon a giant lollipop. That.
A giant lollipop?
Yes, a giant sentient lollipop that dances around and barfs rainbows.
Okay. Go ahead and give that a try. Oh, goodness.
13 total.
13 total. Okay, yeah, you get your lollipop that does what now?
Barfs dances around and barfs rainbows.
Okay. You summon that, and it does that. The dragon looks a little nonplussed at this.
There's my thing. There was just a delay. I knew it would work.
Perfect. Also, Paige, I should mention, your forehead starts to feel a little funny.
Yeah.
Almost as if you got like a goose egg or something right on the front of your forehead.
Yeah. That's not good.
Yeah, that's all. Beth, your turn.
All right. So first of all, Beth's gonna try to get into a slightly better position so she's not as prone, and then take another shot at this bad boy.
Okay. You absolutely can do that, and you can go ahead and take another shot.
Sounds good. And of course, smearing the front, so there's goop. Again.
Yeah, I assumed.
Woo! 13.
Nice. Yeah, you absolutely hit. That's gonna be
5. That should be 5 harm actually, because of the
Okay.
enchantment.
Yay!
Right. Okay, there we go.
Boom! Right in the eye.
Yeah, go ahead and describe. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, it roars.
I'm gonna clarify. She goes for the opposite eye from the one she hit earlier. Let's blind this bad boy.
The way its head is turned
Wow.
currently, you can't quite get a decent shot at its other eye. It's being careful not to expose its other eye to
I'm
you.
gonna blind this bad boy. Oh well.
You can hit the same eye though.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably gonna be the weakest area, and probably ruin its depth perception. See if it can lob a spitball when it doesn't know how far away you are. What? So yeah, let's destroy this eye permanently. Patches the
Okay.
dragon from here
yeah.
on out.
Pretty much, yeah. It's gonna need an eye patch
Splurk.
if it survives this
It
whole
makes
fight.
a splurk noise.
A splurk noise. Okay. Yeah. You significantly hurt this dragon. It's looking like it's on its last leg. Wesley. Let's do your turn, and then we'll go on a break after this. But what would you like to do on your turn?
With the hell unicorn and the lollipop and the other shit show things that also just joined the room, do I have a straight shot to the dragon if I wanted to, say, charge directly at it?
Yeah, absolutely. You could basically charge at its legs, or tail, or maybe the part of its wing. Those are all within your melee range.
I'd like to
If you run.
try like charging straight at it, and when I get to the goop pile, I'd like to do like, if you've ever like run into a puddle but kind of like slid your foot so that the rain kind of splashes up, I'd like to kind of slide into the puddle so that some of his goop splashes on maybe its underside or wherever I have access to, and then shotgun blast right into wherever the goop is making contact.
Oh, that is badass. Yes. Go ahead and roll kick some ass. Michael asked, is the Hellcorn still doing stuff? Yes. It's their turn next. All the monsters are going basically on my turn.
And this is just tough, right? Not that wasn't weird the way I did it. It was just normal, I think.
I think so, yeah. So 7. You have 66 currently.
Do we want to use a d6? Is that okay?
I also have a d4, but
A 9.
9? Okay. So a 9. Yeah, we're gonna do this. You succeed in what you're trying to do. You just lose your balance as you're sliding. So instead of like being really cool as you like right after you fire, you do the sliding, it splashes, you shoot the shotgun, and the idea, of course, I'm assuming being to slide the rest of the way under it or something like that. Instead, as soon as you fire the shotgun, you lose your balance, and so you're kind of flailing around, and you land basically right underneath the dragon.
It definitely wouldn't be believable if I stuck the ending. This is how things happen.
How much harm does your shotgun do?
3 harm close, extra messy. Or no, that's a chainsaw. Ignore.
Okay.
3 harm close, just normal messy.
Okay. Yeah, it's seriously hurt. And it's gonna be the dragon, the Hellcorn, the mighty golden turducken, and the drunk dire gator's turn next. Before we do
And
that,
the
we're gonna
sentient
take a break.
lollipop?
Oh yeah, and the sentient lollipop. All of their turns when we get back. We're gonna go on a quick break, so feel free to hydrate, grab a snack, bio, whatever you need to do. Definitely stretch your legs, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Right back. Hey, we're back. And everybody's in the wrong spots. So we're going to play musical chairs for a second here. Everybody turn your cameras off.
It wasn't me this time.
It was the internet just completely dying over here for a
I'm
minute.
in the right spot.
Okay, yeah. Patrick, you're good, I think. And Beth, for last. And Zan. Okay, you're good. So as we left off, it was the monster's turn. So we're gonna start with the Hellcorn, which has been just nomming on Paige's shoulder. But it seems to be satisfied now that its work there is done. And it's going to go for the next closest person, which is Wesley. So Wesley, it is charging at you again. You have your own magical barrier that you can use to give yourself an armor, but it's charging towards you, and you saw what it did to Paige. So it's up to you if you want to try that or try to get out of the way.
Can I try and barrel roll through the purple slump that I'm in, maybe underneath the dragon further? So it's got to like
Sure.
Because I can't imagine that. Well, it would have to like try and mash its face into the dragon to try and move it and get to me. I'll try that.
Yeah.
Would it be act under pressure?
Yes. You're trying to sort of scramble out of the way, so.
Big ol' 8.
An 8. I'm gonna be a little bit rude. We just got another D4 while we were on the break, so I'm gonna use that. If Streamlabs will work with me here, get that off the counter. It's a -1, which will put it down to a 7.
Another
Okay.
one? Another one?
I can't use another D4 on it. I was debating using a D6 on it as well, but I don't think I'm that mean. So yeah, you do manage to get underneath of the dragon pretty well. It's still a mixed success. So I'm gonna say what this thing does is it does grab just a little piece of your hand as you scramble underneath. So it does bite you, but it doesn't do enough harm to really make you need to put in harm counters. But you did get technically bit by the Hellcorn.
Technically, yes.
With that, it's going to be, let's see, who's next? The dragon. The dragon's going to go after Beth again, because Beth's been the one that's been consistently shooting it in the face, and it thinks it's done with Sleeve Saya. I'm sure we'll find out otherwise shortly. But for the dragon's perspective, Beth seems to be the biggest threat. So it is now moving closer to you. Wesley, that means you are going to be exposed here in a moment. You can keep moving underneath of the dragon if you would like.
Sure, that can't go wrong. Let's do that.
Okay. So we'll just have you crawling along as the dragon's moving forward. So now the dragon's mouth is within biting distance of you, Beth. It's going to try to bite you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I'm gonna try to dodge. So, yeah.
Okay.
Will that be cool or tough?
Cool. It is act under pressure.
Awesome.
Yes, Zan.
Sorry, I saw that one and I thought that's what I rolled. I was like, oh, rest in peace, but no.
Can I help?
I don't think it's possible to roll a 1.
Oh, it's definitely possible.
Not.
Or can I protect someone?
With 2d6?
Yeah, you can get negatives. Negatives on your modifiers could make it just a 1. I've seen a 0 before.
Oh, okay.
Possibly, Zan. How would you argue that?
I already rolled it with a 9.
I was just going
I'm
to
just
try
curious,
to
though.
rock it into the bottom of its jaw, forcing it to close before it hit. So maybe it just boops her with its snoot.
I'd say you're probably a little too far away for that, but Acolyte's still flying around, so you could sacrifice Acolyte to protect Beth if you wanted to. But
I rolled a
Beth
9.
has mostly succeeded.
No,
Good.
that's okay. I like Acolyte.
I was gonna say I would hold on to Acolyte. However, I've just got all of these D4s that I really need to get rid of. Dang it, it still didn't do anything. So yeah, partial success, or mixed success. So Beth, you are able to avoid getting bitten. However, you're gonna have to kind of hop down. So you'll be on the ground floor. If you would like to avoid the bite. Or you could take the bite and stay upstairs.
I'm good.
So going downstairs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it just rears back and chomps, and you can hear and almost feel the vibration of it, just how loud and forceful this chomp is, right where you were a moment ago. But you're able to sort of roll out of the way and just kind of slide down off the edge and superhero landing as you hit the ground. So you're now next to the dragon, but you're on the ground floor away from its chompy bits. So that was, let's see, that's the helicorn, that's the dragon. The lollipop is just running around, and it's just barfing rainbows everywhere. But Paige, you're kind of in the line of fire, so you're about to get barfed rainbows on. Do you want to get out of the way, or are you just going to kind of stand there?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't smell the best. It smells kind of like, I don't know, like stale cake batter. But it's rainbow colored and sparkly.
Yay! Yay. Rainbows.
So all that's left now, I think, is the mighty golden turducken and the two alligators, who now see that they have other things to fight and are starting to call a truce among themselves. Let's see, who's on the ground? Beth is on the ground floor. Wesley is under the dragon. Sleeve Saya, you're kind of far away. Paige, you're also in range. So I'm going to roll a d2 for each one of them. So alligator number 1 is focused on Paige. Alligator number 2 also focused on Paige. The mighty golden turducken also focused on Paige. Oh no!
F's in chat for respect to Paige's corpse.
Oh no!
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, Paige, I'm sorry. First, alligator, thankfully is drunk. They're still drunk from having to eat their way through that vodka jello. So it's not running in a straight line or slithering or whatever it is alligators do. But you get the sense that if you don't do something, you're probably going to get hurt. How would you like to avoid this alligator attack from the first one?
I would like to portal out of the way. Behind the dragon.
Okay. A respectable choice. Go ahead and roll weird for that. And I am in no way, shape, or form rolling a d4 against that at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
So that's I need a d6 on that.
All right, go ahead and roll 1d6.
Oh, that's a 6. Okay, that's 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, that's 6.
Oh my god.
3 is 9. Plus 3 is 12. Plus 3 is 15. Minus 1. So 14 total.
Okay, so 13. I rolled a d4 against you, so
No, it was 15. It was
13.
15 and then minus 1.
Oh, holy cow.
Because-
Oh, hey, we got a raid.
because of 1 roll.
Thank you,
I already took the
Other
one.
Doc, for that raid of 4. Thank you so much. How was your stream, and welcome. Also, I'm sorry, I don't know why my raid alerts aren't working. Oh, there it goes. It was just delayed. thanks so much for that raid. I appreciate it. We are currently playing Hunters of Calamity, which is our Borderlands-inspired Monster of the Week game. Oh, thanks so much for that gifted sub, Michael. Thank you very much. So yeah, welcome everybody to the guild. Oh, thanks for another gifted sub. Holy cow! Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So G4 Gaming and Other Doc, you've both been gifted a sub. So you are welcome to choose viewer actions from this little chart down below. You can gift the cast or the DM an advantage, or you can do a switch and a d6, or you can do 2d6. However you would like to split that up, just let me know in chat and I will get that on the board. For those that don't know, a switch allows a player or the DM to change somebody else's action word on something that they're doing. So currently our chaotic band of Vault Hunters here are fighting a horde of monsters that most of them that they've summoned themselves. And trying to fight a dragon, they've created bigger problems. And Paige here is trying to portal out of the way of a drunk, dire alligator that's charging towards her.
Getting the dragon in between them and the,
yes.
the horde coming after them.
So, yes, Paige, you do succeed. With a 14, you absolutely succeed. Where precisely do you want to teleport? Because you got such a high roll, you could teleport on top of the dragon's head if you wanted to.
Yes. Yes, please. And I want to cut the dragon.
Okay, you teleport onto its head. It is very confused.
And I start petting the dragon.
Unfortunately for Beth, that means the other alligator and the turducken only have one target to focus on. And that is Beth. And yes, there's also a hell unicorn or hellcorn that turns people into werecorns when it bites them. It's already bitten Wesley and Paige. So that's also something we're going to have to deal with after this fight. So it's the next turn is dire alligator number 2. It is sort of drunkenly waddling at you. Beth, how do you want to avoid this?
I'm gonna... Oh, wait. Which one was the one that she pretty much, like, Beth pretty damaged earlier?
I think that's the one that didn't.
Are they still damaged?
There was 3 of them originally, and only 2 of them came in here.
Okay.
I think the other one died.
Rip. Yeah, just going to dodge, and then dodge, and then dodge some more. I think she's gonna kind of run under the dragon, join Wesley there, because that seems like a safe enough spot to be. So yeah, let's see. +3 for cool. Act under pressure. 11 to run under the dragon.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, you and Wesley are both huddled under the dragon together. Paige is on top of its head. Oh no, the camera. Zan, if I could have you turn your camera off real quick.
Of course, no problem.
And Beth as well.
Oh.
All right. So last, I think you can turn your camera back on now. And Zan.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, everybody except for Sleep Saya is under the dragon now. So Sleep Saya, the mighty golden turducken, for those unfamiliar, this is a monster that Wesley summoned, which is a mechanical giant 3-headed fowl with the head of a turkey, the head of a duck, and the head of a chicken. Good news, bad news. Bad news is it's only got eyes for you, Sleep Saya. Good news is it can't get to you on this turn. So it is charging towards you, but it's not going to reach you. And with that, I think that is all of the horde of monsters that you've either summoned or brought into this room. So Sleeve Saya, it is your turn. For those just joining, Sleeve Saya is our resident non-copyright infringement version of a claptrap.
So there will be annoying noises. So I'm sorry about that in advance. So what is the most dense cluster of monsters?
Currently, there's Dragon, Gator.
Okay.
And then there's also Hellcorn, Lollipop, and Turducken. Actually, they're all they're two groups of three. Well,
everybody seems to have Dragon, Gator. So Sleeve Saya will rush to meet the challenger of the Turducken, and probably causing some kind of collateral with the Hellcorn and the Lollipop. And he is going to, they are going to attack with their Morningstar, saying, sorry, my exhaust pipe was malfunctioning. Yeah, and gonna swing for the fences.
All right, yeah, go right ahead. You just got another advantage from Other Doc.
Nice.
That is how they are using their subscription.
Thank you very much, Other Doc. Oh, there was a 1 on that one.
So an 8, that's a mixed success.
Yeah, we'll let this one ride.
Yeah.
Actually,
okay. So
you know what?
You're...
I haven't spent any luck points on Sleeve Saya.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a luck point.
Luck.
Okay, so go ahead and describe what you're doing.
So Sleeve Saya will putter over. I guess that's probably the most apt descriptor after he's covered in stomach juices of the dragon. Kind of and start rotating on his axle and swinging his comically oversized Morningstar around and around and around and around by going and attempting to hit all of the enemies with his area tag on his weapon.
Okay. And which creatures were you going for again?
I was going for the Hornicorn, the Helicorn, the Lollipop, and the Turducken.
Turducken, okay. And how much harm does your area of effect do?
7.
7, okay. So the Lollipop, the stick just breaks in half, and it falls over, and it's just, still barfing up rainbows, going, why? The mighty Turducken is already heavily damaged from your last encounter, plus the alligators attacking it. So it too is going to let out a very sad, chorus of quack and as it falls over and just dies. The Hellcorn just looks angry and bloody. It's still standing, but it looks very damaged and very pissed off at you.
And as I stop spinning, the little mouthpiece comes down and a little bit of oil comes out.
Okay. Real quick, just checking chat. So Other Doc says, to answer the earlier question, before we rated, we were just playing Monster of the Week. We're doing a mini campaign, and the finale is next week. There's a lot of good RP to be had. That is fantastic. Similar here. We're on our penultimate, so our finale is also next week for this Monster of the Week game. So that's awesome. Well done, Sleeve Saya. You took out the lollipop, which really wasn't harming anybody, and the turducken, which definitely would have harmed people. And you have the Hellcorn's full attention. And I think you're probably the only one who can't be infected by this thing, given that you are a machine. So
A dancing machine.
that is good news there. Fantastic. With that, it's going to be Paige's turn. Paige, you are now perched upon the dragon's head.
Head pat.
Hellcorn is still down there looking very angry.
Head pat for dragon.
Yes. And there are two alligators still next to the dragon, looking for things to chomp on. What would you like to do?
I don't want to move.
That is an option as well. You can just stay there. You can even try to attack the dragon from where you are. Though I don't think you have any of the goo on you.
No. I'd rather just stay here and do nothing.
Okay. Last, could I have you turn your camera off again real quick?
Jinxed it during break. I'm sorry.
Yep. It's okay. All right. Last, you can turn your camera back on. And now Zan. In true Borderlands fashion, we're having plenty of tech issues with internet going down and cameras being on the fritz,
But
so apologies.
I do want to try and heal some harm for myself.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Go ahead and roll weird. Let's see if you can heal yourself.
Yay!
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
wow. Oh,
Y'all know the drill at this point.
wow. So that didn't go well.
Uh-oh.
That's a 1 and a 1 plus 3 is 4.
Okay, you try to heal yourself. Oddly enough, you get 2 health back. You heal as if you had just succeeded. However, remember how I mentioned you had that funny feeling on your forehead after getting bitten by the were Hellcorn?
Uh-huh.
You've now grown a unicorn horn on your forehead.
I get experience, right?
Yes, you do.
Yay.
So yeah, you've got this unicorn horn. It looks like bone, but it's also got like the unicorn spiral,
Is it
and it
rainbow?
has this sort of. I was just getting to that part. It's got this sort of like sheen to it, which when you move it around in the light, it's rainbow sparkle colored. So if you just look at it dead on, it looks like a white bone horn. But if you move your head at all, it has this like rainbow color to it.
I
I
like
think
it.
Acolyte will chime in and say, "Ah, I understand. Arousal. The human has become horny."
Um,
Oh my god. Oh my god. On that note, Beth, it's your turn.
I was like, who's
You're
Beth?
muted.
Jeez, sorry. I'm starting to get
It's
get
been
tired
a
through
long
the
day
night.
for you. I understand.
Anyways, quick question. So I know my sniper rifle's a far weapon. What happens if I do it close up?
Probably dangerous for you.
I'm gonna say, normally I'd say you'd take like a penalty to the attack, but like if you're close enough to literally jam the barrel of the gun against the target, I'd say we'll just treat it like normal.
Yeah. Because I'm seeing there is a large patch of what is it? Vomit-covered underbelly. It's time to just
Yes,
ram
there
that sniper
is.
rifle up and pull the trigger. So we're gonna
Okay.
get intimate with this. I mean, Paige is already horny, so let's take this home.
I was gonna
So.
say horny and intimate. This is truly a Borderlands-inspired game.
Oh shoot, my internet's slowing. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. That's a 13.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah,
with
you pull the
5
trigger.
harm.
Nice. It explodes. There's more smoke, which eerily enough spells out letters, and it again says "Proud Pound Mama" as you explode the side of the stomach of this giant dragon. And let's see, with 5. Yeah, you are gonna kill it. So go ahead and describe for us how you slay this dragon. What happens after you shoot it in the stomach?
All right, so she puts the gun against its belly, pulls the trigger, and for a moment there's nothing, and then the bullet exits the other side of its body, and it's like one of those anime ones where it's like everything comes afterwards. So like after a moment, doesn't even realize it's harmed, and then that beautiful noise.
Okay.
And that side of the dragon's belly's just gone, eviscerated. Yeah, let's go with that. So Beth didn't even know sniper rifles could do that, but good to know.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that all definitely happens, and Beth, Wesley, and probably Paige, you are now covered in dragon guts.
Paige is still on top of the dragon, though. So.
Yeah, it's a big explosion. Anybody like next to the dragon is just getting dragon guts everywhere.
I would hope that you would like ask for a roll to hold on. Maybe.
If you really don't want to get dragon stuff on you, that's fine.
I'm on top of the dragon. No, I was thinking more.
That's fine.
More of the dragon dying, like on it. I'm on its head.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to get covered in dragon guts. It doesn't do any damage to anybody. It's just a aesthetic thing. Wesley and Beth, you're right there at the source, though. So, yeah, there's definitely dragon goo getting on the two of you. The dragon, yeah, slumps over dead, and sort of crumples up in a pile. I presume, Wesley and Beth, that you just step out of the way.
That was going to be my question, is if that explosion was big enough that it didn't just crush us underneath it.
No, you got time to move out of the way, because there was an anime-style pause between, the mortal wound and the actual death. Wesley, it's gonna be your turn. Oh, wait. Was that last?
Yeah, that was Beth's turn.
Yeah, did you look like you wanted to say something else? Last? Oh, okay. I misunderstood the finger pointing. Then Wesley, it's your turn. There's
I was giving a thumbs up.
gators
Like,
left.
we're good.
Oh, I just saw like this tiny little bit of a finger, and so I thought you were like saying 1 second.
I'm
good.
slowly flipping you off.
It's okay. So there's 2 alligators left, and there's also the hellcorn left, and I think that's it. The hellcorn looks very angry and very ticked off at Sleep Saya, and also very damaged, and the gators look pretty much just fine, other than being very drunk.
Now, it's when we got into this room, there's not really another way out except for that big stone archway, right?
Correct. Oh, and now there's a hole in one of the walls.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of things that have showed up in the room, and it's definitely not any of our fault. But maybe we should go. Maybe we should go. You just cover yourself in the vomit and run into the wall. Remember, that's how we did it before. That worked upstairs. And I'm just gonna run for a wall and try and hopefully juke out of the way of these drunk alligators.
Okay. All right then. It's gonna be everything else's turn, most of which is dead now. The alligators seem rather content with the fact that there's a giant dead dragon here that they can eat. So they're gonna turn their attention to the dragon and just start nomming. That just leaves the Hellcorn, which is poised to attack Sleeve Saya. So it is going to charge at you, Sleeve Saya. What would you like to do?
I would like to mount it.
Okay.
Oh no.
We're going to do Act Under Pressure on this one.
Cool.
Oh,
Oh boy, act under pressure. Cool.
That is cool.
Oh yeah, Sleeve Saya always does so well.
You do have 3 advantages, by the way, if you want to use one. 46 as well, and 2d4.
I don't need it.
Okay. So, a mixed success. You do mount the Hellcorn. You manage to avoid its fangy bite and mount it. However, you are riding it backwards. So you're facing the rear end.
My shock
it's
absorbers
currently-
were built for this. Whoa!
It's currently trying to buck you off its back. And with that, it's going to be your turn.
I shall say, "Giddy up!" and affectionately smack it on the bottom with my Morning Star.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Kick some ass.
Doom, doom, doom.
Nice.
Doom.
Yeah, you affectionately swat it on the butt with your Morning Star, and it just collapses into a dead heap of horse muscle and flame and ash.
I stay atop it and say encouraging things like, "Tally ho! Sally forth! Giddy up! Ha! Go! On! It's broken!"
It's yeah, it's not moving at all. We've got 4 more plot points redeemed here.
Oh.
I would classify this as a boon, perhaps, for the rest of the cast, maybe, or a curse just for Sleep Saya. This strange aura of silence falls upon Sleep Saya, and no one can hear what they say for the next minute.
Oh, this is great. Sleep Saya actually has a really well integrated program for interpretive dance. So this is no impediment to communication whatsoever.
Fantastic. Oh, I love it. Hey, thanks for the follow, Last. Welcome. All right.
Figured it was about time. I finally figured out how to sign into Twitch, so yeah, don't.
Yeah, I mean it's almost the finale. It's cool. It's cool. No, I appreciate it. That's awesome. With that, you're now out of combat. The alligators are going to be occupied for a while. That is a big dragon to eat through. So with that, the room shakes again. The door glows. Specifically, the brightest is the line down the middle of the door. And it splits, so the 2 doors just slowly open outwards. And inside, you see all manner of sparkling jewels, gold bars, treasure chests, weapons. It is a legit treasure vault.
Yeah! Shiny! All the shiny!
Go for the weapons first. Handsome
Wait.
assholes men
Dash-
are likely to come.
Dashing Dan.
soon.
Wait. Don't
Yes.
touch anything until we know that they're not bugs that just look like good things.
Wait, didn't you say there were men with guns gonna come?
Did I? I thought it.
No, it
I
was the
believe Brownie
talking.
said that.
I
Wait.
have some explaining to do, but I remember a talking brownie telling me it's time to set a trap.
Yeah, I mean that
We need to
sounds
set
good.
a trap. What
I'm
explosives do we
loving
have?
that
Let's
you
start
all-
rigging something.
I'm loving you all are here on Brownie now too. I don't know what to make of that, but that's only
Yeah,
me.
Brownie's cool.
But yeah, so we'll poke some things, make sure it's not just us eating scarabs that look like money and weapons, and then wait for the other people to show up.
Okay. For the next 5 minutes, I will be playing Sleep Saya and Zan will be DMing. Let me get a timer going.
Good evening, everyone. As the doors open and you're blinded by this glorious radiance of gold, smelling of iron, the scent of rust, the tantalizing prospect of new ideas, a wizened old man walks from the steps out, seemingly incorporeally from the stacks of treasure. He says, "I don't have much time.
Wait, there's rust? That's bad for my servos! Ha ha!
Please, let me give each of you one gift to prepare you for whatever trials might be coming your way. You, the one who is burning on the inside, I see your internal flame. What does your heart desire?"
Yes, I run on gasoline. It burns.
"Oh, I was talking to the one with the horny one. I'm an old man, so it feels creepy to designate anyone as the horny one. But the horny one, what does your heart desire?"
Sparkles and rainbows.
"Sparkles and rainbows, it is!" And the old man mysteriously projects a bracelet that will, anytime you cast a spell, be it a barrier or a fireball, sparkles and rainbows are prestidigitation effects around them. And anyone standing too close will be temporarily blinded. He turns and looks to Beth. "You, the one with eyes meant for things that are so far away. What can I give to you?"
That would push me down the stairs.
You would like, you would what?
Can we have him be destroyed? Is that a possibility?
Who? The robot?
Them.
Oh, well, that depends on their wish. If you want a self-destruct button, I can give you a self-destruct button for him, but that's all I can give you. Would you like a self-destruct
Should
button
probably
for the
use it
robot?
something useful.
See, this is my trick. I go second. So I can counter wishes.
Yes, young robot, I can tell
No, I'll
you.
do something. A way to carry all of this stuff back in one go and hide it from any other forces that may.
Of course. And he
Bag of
holds his
holding.
hands together and hands to you a bright pink lunchbox with unicorns on it. Inside this box,
Oh,
there is
no.
no weight limit. Anything that you put inside can be held infinitely in storage, but anything living will die if you put it inside. And then he turns to Wesley and goes, "You,
Hey, Sleep Saya!
the mad one, not the perfectly programmed one, but the one I can see your hallucinations. Quickly, I feel my time is fading. What is it that I can give to you as the rescuer from this dragon?
You really put me on the spot. I don't know. I can make all of the shit that I normally need. I don't have a lot of alcohol.
Very well, sir. And so he puts his hands on his head, pulls his wig off, this kind of Joe Exotic style wig, and you see a funnel, not a funnel, but a like drinking straw come down, and he says, "This will give you additional armor and will never run dry of booze. Simply think about what you want to drink, and something appropriate will manifest. Also, it will give you a little bit of armor, an additional +1 if you being mechanical about it." And then he looks to the robot and goes, "I'm sorry, but my time is fading." How much time do I have left, Raven?
Wait! 30 seconds.
What is it that you want, Mr. Robot?
I want something that'll make everybody like me.
Everyone liking you, of course! And he holds his hands out and thrusts them forward, and a bright disco ball is now protruding from the top of Sleeve Saya's head. And Sleeve Saya will gain a +1 to cool.
Cool. They start dancing around, and they go, I once had a bag of holding. It was from Acme Holdings and Loan. They may need to give it back, though.
I'm dying! And the old man disintegrates into tiny bright fairies and gold bars that just fall at the floor.
Well, he's dead. Collect the treasure, minions!
Shove it into the bag. Shove it into the lunchbox, and then we'll have Sleeve Saya swallow it.
That was delightful.
Better yet, Sleeve Saya, go into the lunchbox.
No! Wait, no, I can't fit! I mean, I could if you disassembled me, but that seems problematic.
Okay. So, some mysterious old man gave you some pretty awesome stuff, but there's lots of shinies inside the vault. What do you do? Who's going in first?
I'm gonna just start grabbing shinies.
Okay. Paige, as you reach down and grab the first shinies, as your hand touches it, it is not bugs disguised as shinies. They're legit jewels and gold coins.
And I put them in the lunchbox.
Okay. As the old man said,
we're
this
just gonna
lunchbox
shove
does seem to be... Yeah, it seems to be bottomless. You eventually amass this treasure that basically makes this one lunchbox worth, the planet. You could probably buy like one of the moons orbiting the planet or half the real estate on the planet with this much stuff. Excuse me.
All right.
There's a bunch of really cool weapons with special features too numerous to mention. So I will just say, before our finale, you are all able to custom design a weapon of your choice. Just shoot me a message over the course of the week, and I'll approve it. Make sure it's not like, one bullet destroys a planet. That would be a little OP. But whatever you want it to have, just let me know. And that's what you'll have. But yeah, you clear the whole thing out. There's a lot of really cool plaques and tapestries and things like that on the walls that are covered in these weird runes that you can't read. It's probably a lot of history and story there, but unfortunately you can't read it.
Meh.
That's kind of what I figured.
So, did the ghost man say if things come out of the box too? Is that something we should have asked before we started putting it all in the box?
Did he say, what was that question?
If we can get things back out of the box when we put it in.
The old man didn't specify, but I assume so.
Sorry, I was trying to cram so much content.
I presume it would work like your D&D bag of holding. So you stick your hand in there and you pull out the thing that you were trying to get. Yeah.
I think
By the time
once we're done packing everything up, like a little toaster ding is gonna go off on Sleeve Saya, and everyone will see a Liridium ore pop up from just under the disco ball. Refined Liridium. Like, hey, it's finally finished. My master sent me out with this, told me to process it. Now it's good. What should I do with it?
Did Merc say what we do with it, or is it?
No.
Eat it.
That's.
Okay. So Sleep Side, you've now got a hunk of processed Liridium in your fuel tank. Nothing happens immediately. Cool. Except that I write down the note that you have Liridium in your fuel tank. Okay. The vault is empty. The alligators are like only a quarter of the way through eating this dragon. They are completely ignoring you. What would you like to do?
I want to dance!
Prepare for an ambush.
With my disco ball going.
Nice. Okay, how would you like to prepare for an ambush, Beth?
Oh, really putting me on the spot here. Oh, look, it's the time. I gotta go, birthday stuff. Give me the week to figure that out. Make sure weapons are ready and that the lunchbox is someplace hidden. Maybe pull out like a single bar or something to like distract them with. Be like, oh yeah, this is all the vault had. Or, oh shoot, Sleep Saya. Are you able to make t-shirts?
Sure. And you notice the little printer noise start happening again.
I need you to create 4 shirts that say I opened Calamity's vault and all I got was this dumb t-shirt.
Reference secured, by the way.
Yeah, sure.
Love Monkey Island.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Takes a little bit of time, but
if Dashing
you all have the t-shirts.
If Dashing Dan comes here with his men to kill us and take what the vault has, we can pretend that they just got the t-shirt. Someone who's much better at people than me needs to do this. Not you, Sleeve Saya.
I'm great at people.
This is all we got. Just in case. Do you hear me, Wesley? Wesley.
If we're being honest,
the lead. I don't know how. This is not.
Well, I mean, I think good news. If somebody's waiting to kill us, it's probably outside, because we had to get vomited on by the dragon in order to get inside. So somebody else would have had to fight the dragon to get in. I wonder if we still need this goop to get out, or if we're just trapped in.
Paige?
Yes.
Can you, if we get surrounded and we're about to be fired on, how fast can you create a portal?
Pretty fast, actually.
And how far can you portal us to?
Technically pretty far away.
Yeah.
By the way, mechanically speaking.
Anywhere I can think of. Gotta have an
Can
image
you
of the place.
portal us technically back to our stronghold?
Yes.
That's pretty far away.
It would.
Wait,
I mean, technically yes, but it
Can
would
you
be
portal
really
us
hard.
back to the truck
But
or the
yeah,
bus?
If Leslie
Yes.
helps,
Ted.
I can. If
But
Leslie
if-
helps, I can teleport us back to the stronghold.
If we went right back to the stronghold, then Ted Jr. and the murder bus would be stuck here.
Okay. Then we'll go back to the
Yeah.
murder bus and we'll figure something out from there. But I'm
But-
telling you, I'm betting on an ambush.
Do you think, I mean, so like planets like Calamity, since I'm not from here, do they have like more than one of these places? Or do we have like all the best shit now?
Oh, sorry, you cut out for part of that.
Do you think Calamity has like more than one place like this? Or do we have like all the best shit now from this planet? Do we still have our magic rods, our magic sticks? Are they pointing anywhere, or are they just dead now?
You do still have them. They're still spinning around in circles because it's like taking a compass next to a really strong magnet. It's just kind of messed up because you're there. You absolutely could try using them again once you're away from the vault.
Because I mean, if this vault is it, should we be trying to just hop a ship and get the hell off of this dump?
I will tell you this too. You did see on the map that there was multiple locations where it's like maybe there's a vault here. So it's well within possibility that there could be more than one, but you don't know for sure.
All right, so we
say
go to the bus, prepare for an ambush there, and try and make our way back to our religious stronghold.
we prepare for an ambush as soon as we leave here. They might be right outside the door.
Right, but then we skip them by teleporting from here to the bus, right?
Oh.
Let's go check. Acolyte, forward! Ha ha!
Okay.
Besides, rich man Dan Bob or whatever.
Dashing Dan.
that guy. He only
Not to be confused with Handsome Jack.
they only had holograms, right? So can holograms shoot us? I'm not too worried about it.
I don't think we need to worry about the holograms. More the real people that he has is working for him.
I want to point out just one quick thing because this did not cross my mind. This is definitely what would have happened. They would not be T-shirts. That is explicitly forbidden in the Church of Merc. They would not be T-shirts that Sleeve Saya was printing. They will be like large, oversized bandana crop tops. No, not even tank tops. Crop tops, just like the bandana print. With I opened the vault and all I got was this shirt? Question mark.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Wait. So no shoulder things. Just
Nope, nothing on the shoulder whatsoever. It's just a crop top, tube top.
tube top.
Belly showing, everything. It's not a dignified look.
Okay.
And yeah, I sent Acolyte outside to scout.
Okay. Go ahead and roll sharp, Sleep Saya.
Sharp. Oh, that's actually not hot garbage. Not hot garbage.
It's a mixed success. As you're looking around, you don't necessarily see anything that would necessarily signify an ambush, but you do see just a slight shimmer in the air as you take a look in one corner of the outside area right outside the door. And being that you are built from Dashing Dan Company parts, you would know that Dashing Dan Co. Or Dashing Dan Inc. Has technology, stealth technology that has that sort of effect when it's activated. So maybe that one agent that was out there talking to you all before, maybe that's them, or maybe it's an ambush, or maybe it's nothing.
According to the Acolyte, the invisible man from earlier is outside. Ha ha!
You also noticed that the doors, like the stone wall that was there that you had to phase through, it just isn't there anymore. It's just a big cave opening now.
I think since the acolyte would have gone through that, I don't even think he would have noticed that it was still there. Since the acolyte just went straight through.
Yeah.
It's probably the mixed part of that mixed success.
That's fair. Yeah, so what would you like to do?
I just relate the information, and I make acolyte do a funny dance in the air.
Okay.
All right. So
Yeah, so
we can.
it's all quiet.
Yeah, so it's if pompous hologram man is still outside, we can just skip that part, jump to the bus, and then get Ted Jr. getting everything rolling and make it back to home base, where our definitely legitimate religion now will protect us.
Exactly. What was his name? The Merc will protect us. Yes.
Yes, Merc will protect everyone. Ha ha! Or I will. I am the champion. Ha ha!
I mean, you plus Merc, I think we're good.
All right. So, Paige, you want to pop us back to the bus?
Yes.
Which will definitely
Absolutely.
not be on fire because Ted Jr. was put in charge of that and told not to get caught on fire.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Roll weird.
Go ahead and roll weird.
Okay, that's 8 plus 3 is 11 total.
Nice. So yeah, you managed to teleport Wesley, Sleeve Saya, with Acolyte, Beth, and yourself, and the lunchbox, all onto the bus. As you are inside the bus, you notice there is no Ted Jr. As you look out the windshield, you do notice there definitely is a Dashing Dan standing in front of the bus going... And he goes, "Hey, congratulations! You opened the vault for me. I'll just let you go ahead and toss out the location of the treasure, and maybe I won't blow up your bus. And to give you a little encouragement, oh, here comes my buddy right now." And one of Dashing Dan's guards has, like, Ted Jr., like an arm under the neck, and a gun up next to his head. And Dashing Dan basically gives you the ultimatum of he's either going to blow up your bus with you all on it, if you don't give him the location, and if you take too much time, then he'll also kill Ted Jr.
Hi, you drive my hard bargain! And I throw my shirt dramatically towards him.
Okay. Dashing Dan just looks at Sleeve Saya, looks down at the shirt, goes, okay, anybody else want to, give a real answer? And that's where we're going to end. So, that was fantastic. Well done getting to the vault and getting the treasure and taking care of that dragon, which at first was throwing up a lot of those little immune indicators as you were shooting it. So well done. Before we do go on a raid, we're going to take a second and talk about our favorite parts, let everybody have a chance to say where we can find them next and all that good jazz.
Can we have the t-shirt so I can be our raid cry?
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question, is what do we want as a raid cry? I like that. So we'll start with Zan. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you'd like to share?
Ooh, yeah. My favorite part. Honestly, I've been holding on to that 10,000 guild points for so long. I was so happy to be able to use it, and it delighted my heart to see you play Sleeve Saya probably better than I do. It was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
That's not possible. but I appreciate the compliment.
But it was a good time. I mean, the whole session was really great. Yeah, it's very difficult to pick a favorite moment. And yeah, I'm Zan. You can catch me at Insanity Gaming or twitter.com/InsanityTTRPG. The links I just put into chat. I am a professional DM and storyteller and write custom homebrew and stuff. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit me up. I have slots open every day of the week for games. And you'll probably catch me next on Polish Cryptid's channel, which should be Friday at 6 p.m. Japan time. I think 7 Australia, Bristol time. Not Bristol, Queensland time. Yeah, that'll be on Friday. So that'll be super fun. It'll be my first time on that channel. And yeah. Thanks. This was great. This was so much fun.
Yeah, Polish.
That was
great.
fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. Polish is fantastic. I've been over there a couple times, and she's going to be jamming a game and playing in a game next season, starting in May. I believe she's jamming the Friday day game and the playing in the Saturday day game.
Oh, fantastic.
So, very cool stuff. Polish is great. Fantastic. Next, we've got Gwen. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you'd like to share?
Oh my gosh, with the giant golden turducken and the two. just when you went to the break and you were like listing off all these things, and I'm like, oh, also the dancing lollipop that barfs rainbows. That's also sentient. Remember that thing? It's like the
So many monsters.
The menagerie.
That was pretty great.
Only
we can find you. We can find you next Friday, right?
Friday, hopefully.
Oh yeah, Friday. Yeah, I'm running a game here on Friday.
Oh.
Don't know how I forgot about that. Yeah, please tune in for my one shot of They Came From Beneath the Sea. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I have some really great and talented players, including some of the people that you see on the screen right now. It's going to be a lovely time.
Okay.
It's the name of the movie that we're all going to be filming is Crawdaddy Knows Best, set in Amory, Mississippi in 1960s. It's going to be a delightful time.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, was that it for the favorite part and everything, Gwen?
Yeah.
All right. Next we've got Last. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you'd like to share?
Honestly, just the imagery of Wesley sliding underneath the belly of the beast with that shotgun raised. If it had gone perfect, like that would have been the most badass moment in the entire game for me. Unfortunately, it's a failure, so it's only the best part of tonight's stream. But yeah,
that's still a pretty memorable moment. That's great.
Where to find me next? I will be here next week, barring any horrible complications, and then you can always find me on Twitter at Last of the Order. So yeah.
Awesome. Last but not least, we've got Patrick. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you next? And anything else you'd like to share?
I think my favorite part this week was probably Sleeve Saya just going full Drax and rocketing down the throat of this monster to fight it from the inside.
That was great.
But yeah, I'm Pat. I'm Attacktrick on Twitter and places online. Besides catching me here next week for our finale, you can catch me Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern on Twitch TV Dark Galaxies Gaming, where I play in a 5e Tales from Saltmarsh, like homebrew Ghosts of Saltmarsh game.
Very awesome. My favorite part, there were so many really good moments. I think my favorite part was the fail on the unicorn. Because it's the first time in the entire campaign that Wesley has had a consequence to summoning stuff, which just made it hilarious. And then the fact that it was just, I was able to turn that into such a really cool sounding nightmare of a monster. And Michael threw in the guild coins, or not the guild coins, the complication with the $10 donation to make it a were hellcorn. And now Paige and Wesley are both infected and have become werecorns. That whole train and sequence of events was just fantastic. But all of it was phenomenal. Special shout out and thank you again to Michael Wayne for the ridiculously generous donations, gifted subs, and everything. Also, Zan for shelling out the, I think it was 10,000 guild coins for the swap 2 players. Getting to play Sleeve Saya was so much fun. Thank you for that. And I love what you did with the old man coming out of the vault. That was so cool. Also, Cast, don't forget to assemble your custom weapon that you would like and let me know before next Tuesday so we can confirm it all. Oh, cool. I will check that out after the stream then. As for where you can find me next, what is today? Tuesday? I will be here tomorrow for the penultimate of Tickfall Files Season 1, where I will be playing, once again, Tilda Jenkins. It's going to be pretty great. And we're coming up on the end of the current mystery that we're on. So I think there's just going to be the 2 more episodes more than likely with Tilda. And then after that, I'm going to be changing characters for the next season to another really cool character. So definitely, if you want to catch more of Tilda before I switch characters, definitely check out tomorrow. As for other things to share, we do have some one-shots coming up. As we mentioned, Zan is running one this Friday. That one is unfortunately full, but the Friday after that, I will be running a one-shot, which is a really creepy horror escape the old abandoned research asylum type game. There's going to be magic and weird timey-wimey space orientation crap going on. And you're going to have to escape from Xander, who is the big bad from our Badlands campaign. So it is in that world. It's going to be a lot of fun and really, really creepy. I'm looking forward to it. So that is currently wide open. So if you would like to join in that game, just shoot me a DM on Twitter or Discord, and I will get you into the game. After that, every Friday after that for the next little bit is currently open. So if you would like to DM a game, if you've got an idea for a game that you want to throw out there and you want to run, let me know and I will get you a time spot. And again, that's all done just through Twitter or Discord or even Twitch. I'm less likely to see your message on Twitch, but Twitter and Discord, I will for sure see it right away. I'm on there 24/7. And I think that is it. So thank you again to the lovely, wonderful cast. You're all amazing. Thank you again to all the viewers, donators, the raid from G4 Gaming, I think it was.
This other doc.
Dramatic Chimera.
No, Other Doc.
Thanks, Jim.
Oh, other doc.
Other Doc was the raider. That's right. Thank you very much for that raid. Yeah, all of y'all are amazing. So we're gonna go raid Stella Luna, another fantastic streamer, often does tabletop as well. Here's our raid cry. We opened the Calamity Vault and all we got were these crappy shirts. Feel free to copy that right out of chat, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.